Okay, today is Friday, November 27th, 2009, and I'm having a conversation with Daddy. Just talking on a nice Friday morning, waiting for the baby shower celebrating Winter, China, Lashley. So, how was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was very good. I think if I said very, very good, I wouldn't be exaggerating.
Great, great. So I know you like to travel. I understand you just got back from Memphis.
Yes, I did, and I must say we had a very good convocation in Memphis this year. Uh, so many people said it was extra good, and I'm joining in with them. It was a very good convocation.
Okay.
Yes.
So I guess you're looking forward to going back next year.
Going back to Memphis?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I think you heard that they are changing the location. It's going to be in St. Louis uh, next year. God willing, I'll be there, but I like Memphis. I like going to Memphis. I've been going to Memphis since I was a teenager to the
Okay.
convocation. My mother took me when I was a teenage boy to the convocation in Memphis, and I've been going off and on ever since. Thank God for the convocation.
Are you planning any more trips to West Africa?
That's a good question. I'm glad you asked. I'm going to West Africa. I wrote it down the date that I am going. I'm going March the 10th. This year is going to be a little different. Each year, I guess, is different. But this year, the Lord has made a way for me to take with me 1 ton of rice.
Wow.
That's for the African Children Feeding Program. I'm so impressed with the African children. I'll say in a few words. When a parent cannot take care of the children or find it difficult, they put them out. Put them out of the house, and they have a little cup, and they run around in the neighborhood with the little cup, and that's how they survive. They meet me at the taxi stand and line up. They see me with well, I don't have a necktie on now, but I have a necktie on, and they know that I look like a man that have a little money, I guess. They come there with the cup. And at the taxi stand in Nigeria, there is someone there selling rice. I go to the lady, I says, I want to buy rice for each one of these 35, 40 children here, and I'll pay you, and you give each one of them a little bowl of rice. And I give her the money, and she starts passing out the rice. So this year, the Lord has made a way for me to take rice to Nigeria to help feed the children. I feel very impressed with feeding. The Lord has made the way.
Very good.
As I was saying, or as I meant to say, or as I should have said, I had a birthday this month. And I always wonder how do I look to people. But at this birthday, I was 82 years old. And I just wondered, looking at myself, how do I look to people? But thank God I am in excellent health. I went to a doctor this year, and he looked at me and put different machines on me and different pacing things on me, and the machine was working, and he gave me a perfect bill of health. I thank God for that. And I know it's no goodness of mine, but it's what the Lord is doing for me for some reason or the other. And I'm glad for this opportunity to say these things. I guess I should have said the convocation is moving to St. Louis. That's the city that I was born in. But St. Louis has built up so much in the area where the convocation is going to be, until I probably will get lost when I go to the convocation this year, because I don't know the new area that it has built up. When I was there years ago, it was the old famous Union Station, but I heard it's gone, and I think it's gone and come back. But anyway, it should be very interesting to go to the Holy Convocation in St. Louis. And they made much plans in this past convocation for it, and I'm looking forward to it.
Mr. Jefferson, do you know if your childhood home is still there?
My childhood home?
Yes.
The building? The building that I lived in?
Yes.
Well, I was born on a street called Carr Street, C-A-R-R. That street is still there. And, but it's been a lot of changes since I was there. The street is still there, but the building may not be there and all. And I remember many buildings that I lived in when I was a little boy in St. Louis. The first one I remember, I was about maybe 5 or 6 years old. We lived on a street called Aldine, A-L-D-I-N-E. That house, the address on that house was 4014 Aldine. I lived there when I was about, I think when I first started school, 5 years old. We moved from 4014 Aldine in St. Louis. We moved to another house. The address there was 1713 Good Avenue. We lived there for a few years on the second floor of that building. Then we moved to another address, and I still remember that address. That address was 1525 Cora Avenue. Cora, spelled C-O-R-A. We lived there for a while, and then 1820 Cora Avenue. I don't know, those 4 addresses just stayed in my mind as when I was a little boy growing up.
Well, you know, let's involve Terry in this conversation.
Terry, all right.
All right, so Terry has joined us. We're here, you know, waiting for 2 o'clock so we can have our anticipated baby shower. So Terry comes up every year after Thanksgiving. And we're just sitting in the living room chatting. We just had a nice breakfast. So, what's up, Terry?
Nothing much, nothing new really. Nothing much new. Just going back and forth from Virginia. I'm here for Thanksgiving, sometimes Christmas. This year, 2009, probably not Christmas, but I'm hoping to come back up Easter.
Great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because of our new addition, and Easter is at Carolyn's house normally,
Mm-hmm.
so I want to be there for a little winter.
Okay.
So I'm going to try to come up Easter.
Okay.
And you haven't seen Winter yet, right?
No, I haven't seen her. I'm kind
It's
of
beautiful.
anxious to see her.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of anxious, and I was in hopes that it'd be early, but I hear it's 2 o'clock, but maybe
2 o'clock.
they'll come before 2, so I can get a preview of
Yeah.
what
She's
the
beautiful.
little lady looks like.
Beautiful and sweet.
Yeah, well, I heard that. I heard she was beautiful, and I heard she was sweet, but I want to
Yeah.
see for myself.
Well, I'm sure you'll have your camera
Oh
taking
yes,
many pictures as he
I
always
have
does.
my camera right here. It's
On his
all-
hip.
It's already on my hip, and the camera is ready, and I'm ready. But where's Winter? She's not ready.
I understand that when you were younger, you and brothers and sisters used to travel the country and sing. How was that like?
Yes, you are right. I was about in my teens when we started traveling, and we traveled across America. I was playing the keyboard, piano and organ, and my 2 sisters were singing, and my brother played the electric guitar, and he was a minister. And we did quite well. In fact, my brother and I was talking about it last month. I mean, this month in Memphis, we was talking about our travels across America and some of the adventures,
Okay.
different things that happened, and I could say more, but I don't want to be.
Did you mainly perform at churches, or you went to actual like?
We went to established churches. We
Okay.
were like evangelistic groups. My brother preached, I played the piano, my 2 sisters sang, and went from church to church across America. And we did it for 7 years. And gone from New York to California.
Where are some of the places you went?
Well, we traveled through over 30 of the United States, starting in California. We went to all of the cities all over America. And
Mostly in the South or in the North or what?
we went to all of them. We went, I guess I would say mostly in the South. Mostly in the South, and maybe say the East and the West. We didn't go too much up north.
Okay.
Like Utah and like we went to Wisconsin and like that, but we traveled across America, and we were our advantage is we were new, and the people was saying, "Come here, come." We were new. We were the first ones.
Did you guys ever record anything? Or
No,
you never recorded?
we did record, but you know, in those days, the recording was
Not
quite
what it's like now.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting. The recording was kind of interesting
Okay.
in those days. We did, in fact, we carried our recorder with us,
Oh.
so you know about what kind of recording it was.
Did you
And-
experience racism in your travel?
Well, we didn't have any problems because we knew the situation. In the South, we kept in mind that the pigment of our skin, we kept that in mind, and we had no problems. We didn't want to. That was the problem days.
Okay.
But we didn't have any problem with the race situation because we knew the setup,
your place.
and we knew our place, and we knew the setup, and we were not. That was not our ministry, and that was not our work, trying to straighten out
Civil rights.
civil rights. That was for Martin Luther King, and he came on and he did a good job. But that's his job. Our job was inspiring and teaching and preaching in the churches across America, primarily the churches of God in Christ, across America, primarily.
Now that you mentioned Dr. King, I understand from Gwen that you went to the March on Washington.
I was there. I was at the March on Washington.
What year was that?
That's a good question. What year it was?
I believe it was 1963.
Yes, I believe it was too. Yes, March on Washington. I was there.
Wow.
And
What's
I heard-
really significant about that? What stands out in your mind about that day?
about that day,
Yeah.
Dr. King's speech.
I have a dream
And they were right
that
to
one
put
day
him up last.
this nation
Because
will
when
rise
he
up
gave his speech,
and
that
live out
was the
the true
high
meaning of its creed.
light of
We
the
hold
march.
these truths to be
I think it
self-evident
says a quarter of a
that
million
all
people
men are
there.
created equal.
And I was in one of those people there.
Did you actually see him, or you were only able to hear the speech?
Well, I knew where he was supposed to be standing, but I didn't actually see him because of the distance I was from there. But I was glad to be in the number. They said quarter of a million. I was one of those, and count me one in the number.
Okay.
Yes.
Granddad, did you ever get a chance to go to college?
Yes, I did go to college, but I didn't finish. And in those days, college was not emphasized as much as today. And in those days, we said go, and we went, but it wasn't like it is today. But I thank God my parents did believe in it, and they pushed it. Thank God for that.